Kanpai!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 69. Good.
Nice.
Of Kanpai Cast. This episode, titled by Nasuth on the left here on my screen, says "The Internet is for porn."
Very quality
good,
Avenue
good.
Q song. Have you
seen Avenue Q?
So I've never actually been to a showing.
Very
but
good.
Many moons ago, there was a live recording that I saw on YouTube. And yeah, I've listened to the soundtrack a lot, but yeah, it is an incredible show.
You got to go see it. It's good. Were you? I can't remember. Did I go see it with you, Xeno?
No, I've not seen it.
Oh man, you're missing out.
You have at least heard the soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I've definitely heard that because I've seen like World of Warcraft parodies of the song.
Oh yes, of course, yeah.
This is true. Right, on to housekeeping for this week. So normally, this is where we tell you all about the timestamps and chapters, features available to you that allow you to jump to the spots you're most interested in, or skip to the spoilers you don't like. But if you are watching this episode, you want to see it all. Why? Is that a see it all? Is it a naked joke, Nasuth?
Yeah, yes! Yes! Oh, I'm glad you got it.
I'm a time traveler from the future, and I have grave news. Unless you hit the thumbs up and leave a comment, the future is doomed! It took the understanding bravery of this particular episode to save humanity, I promise. Did it cut out?
Well, yeah, I think the noise cancellation is just like,
Is he noise or isn't he? I should have deactivated my thing for that. Oh well, still doom, much doom. Right, so this week, obviously, we are doing. It says the Internet Form is to do. What is it? What are we just describing? What are we doing? We're doing all the nasty, nudie stuff.
It's the henty. We're talking about the henty.
The henty. The
rooster cravat.
Right.
The henty.
So we sat down and we came up with like none of the shows in the background are going to have anything to do with
no.
But
although I'm sure
the background will be safe for work, is what you're saying.
Yes. If you have no interest in listening to what we're going to talk about, there are certain things that we're not going to touch upon.
There's a taboo list. I probably
wouldn't even read out the taboo list.
No, we're not going to read out the taboo list because that's the whole point. And we're not going to talk about anything that will be deemed illegal in our respective countries.
Yeah.
Well, so I'll point out it's not on the taboo list, but what you're implying is we're not having any snuff stuff. Is what you're implying, because that's not a taboo word. But I just want to point out saying that.
Yeah. But then again, that tag is often used when it's more comedy than things. So,
no human trafficking or anything like that.
Yeah,
nothing, none of that stuff.
No. Nobody likes getting stuck in traffic.
Yep. Right. Okay. So it's episode 69. It was gonna happen, and
the internet verily demanded it.
Yeah. It didn't. So the question is, the first initial question to all of you, and also Loz, we have a little bit of a game show. We're talking like 15 minutes tops, just to go through some images and things, which I'm really hoping are safe for work, Thaylien.
They are. I've seen them. I've seen them. They're perfectly fine.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable do you feel talking about this? And I'm happily going to start. I'm going to say a 4. I'm not 100% comfortable doing this at all.
I'm here specifically for this episode, so I'm going to say a 9.
Yeah, you fucking chose to do this.
Yeah, I did.
You asked to do this.
Yes. After I found out you were doing it, I said, yes, I want to be a part of it.
Right, Thaylien.
Hey, Loz, it's good to see you again.
Yeah.
We didn't even introduce Thaylien. Such a an important part of our crew in the background. We didn't even think to introduce him, but this is you've seen him before. Thaylien's our good friend, our dear friend and help.
He's Thaylien.
He's Thaylien. I think as a general topic, I'd say probably like a 7 or 8. If we're gonna get into anything personal, probably it drops down to about a 4 or 5. I'll say just about anything on the internet, but Oof.
That show definitely doesn't have anything to do with the topic at
No.
all.
What a lovely choice of pitch.
This
That's
is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm
Nasuth in the
feeling.
middle, and then there's me and Xeno on the sides there right now.
Nope. Nope.
Was that yeah?
Yep.
I don't know.
How about
I
yours?
think actual discussion. If it were okay, mainly the fact because we're recording this and actually putting it live. Like if it was to discuss the subject medium, how happy am I discuss the subject medium as a whole? I'd probably go like an 8 or a 9. I'd be happy discussing.
Yeah, exactly.
If I were putting it online, drops that down to a 4.
Okay.
Which is sometimes at the same time though, I do feel is wrong. I mean, we're not going to talk about anything. You know, as we said, we've got a list of things we're not going to be talking about. We're not obviously going to share, but we're not going to be talking about anything of the absolutely horrible, disgusting stuff. And at the same time, it's a show meant for adults. We're not meaning this show for children, but I mean, this episode especially. So, to be honest, it's something that people should be easier to talk about. But I will point out that the British mentality is errs on the side of being prudes. I will say. Yeah. I mean, forever our government is always trying to ban porn in every shape, size, and color and image format, everything. They want to ban it all. So yeah, we're kind of forced on that. So yeah, so talking about this thing, I'll go a 4. A 4, yeah.
Okay.
I think 4 is good because like 5's a medium. It's like not really happy, not really thingy. 6 would be on there as this is quite comfortable. So yeah, 4 just on the side of, because you never know when you put something like this on the internet. It's the internet is forever.
could go wrong.
The internet is for porn.
I do want to emphasise Loz's point about the British. My day job has me printing an awful lot of magazines, and one of them is an in-industry magazine for a certain type of product in the world. And we had an ongoing drama that I was enjoying reading about from month to month. And it was a local curtain twitching group, shall we say, a neighborhood watch style of thing, constantly being upset that there was a shop for adult products in their town. And one of the times that he tried to actually get this shop taken out, to removed from the shopping area, was when the local school put up an actual billboard ad within visual distance of the shop. And this was putting the school and the shop in close proximity in some way. And this was outrageous. And that's, this was a bit before the recent trend of calling everyone a Karen. But that's how some British can be about naughty subjects.
So let me understand this correctly. You're saying that a school
Yes.
put up a billboard.
Yeah, advertising their school.
There's a school there.
Not in any proximity to these shops on its own, no.
Right. But no. So it's just saying like we're a school, right? That's
Yep.
just so that the adult store.
I wish I could find you the picture of it, because it's just a billboard with a child's face on it saying, we're better educated here, or something like that.
Just to point it in the direction of this.
Oh no, the school put the billboard up completely independently, and this local group decided that was enough proximity that the shop was now completely inappropriate and had to be removed.
Okay, I understand now. Right.
So because you could see it from the shop.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can see the billboard and the shop in the same approximate location. If you stood back and squinted.
That does sound something. So I live in the American South, so that sounds like something we do down here too.
I was about to say, like, so how much neck craning do you have to do to be able to get both in the highlight?
I think the photographer stood back about 200 feet from the billboard to be able to do it.
Right.
Trying to get my head to
Anyway.
snap off so you can. Can't do it.
Not quite there yet. Right, so next we're gonna do something which is basically a yes or no quiz between the three of us. So that's myself, Loz, and Nasuth. Thaylien picked all of these images.
Yes.
They're all safe for work, and the idea is whether or not we just simply say yes or no, or whether or not we know where the character's from.
I have to point out.
Oh, do we
I
know
put
where
this
they're
together.
from?
I had to point out that because I put this together, I automatically get a full degeneracy rating out of this because I
Of
knew
course, yeah.
15 characters from different shows off the top of my head to go and get screenshots.
Yeah.
So I recognize all of these and know exactly where they're from and keep reference so that I can call out people if they actually do know.
That one's Trunks.
So we're not,
Famous
we're not
hentai star Trunks.
Yes.
yeah,
Princess
we're not naming
Trunks.
them. We're not saying what hentai they're from. We're
No, it's
just
a yes
a
or
yes
no.
or no, right? Whether or not you recognize them. So Nasuth, if you care to put the first one on. Yes.
Yes.
See, I thought this was whether they were or not. No, unfortunately, I'm sorry. My degeneracy score is probably going to be pretty low.
Okay. Next one.
Hang on. Oh no, I was just.
Oh,
just
do you want to go
make
back?
sure- Yeah, I just want to just want to check.
It's
I'm right. Yeah.
Okay, right. So next one.
Wait, hang on. I'm just check. Xeno, what's the first letter of the show that's from? I'm just want to check if you're right.
I'm pretty sure it's D.
Good. Yep.
Well done, gentlemen.
Right. So because it's
Weird.
done by the same studio that does another one in the same art style, but it's not actually. Yes.
No.
I don't know why I took that with such affirmity then.
I feel I should, but no.
Yeah, I feel like I should too, but it's because a lot of them end up kind of looking the same as.
These are famous, by the way. There's everything
Yes,
from
yeah.
the year 1999 all the way up to 2022 in this list.
Next.
No, sorry.
Oh.
Nope.
No.
Nope, sorry.
That one's quite famous. It has 8 episodes currently.
Wow.
Ooh, I think I may know what it is then.
Is it interspecies reviewers?
No.
No, you said it's all.
That while interspecies review has aspects of that, it doesn't actually qualify as a rooster cravat. No, this is definitely interspecies, but no.
Oh.
This one seems very familiar, but I don't know.
No.
I'm terrible with a lot of these names anyway, so it wouldn't even,
Yes.
No.
Fuck off! No. How do you know? This one's like. This one gets used in.
This is a meme.
Wow. This is like
Really?
meme and a half. Wow.
Really?
What?
Yeah, this character gets put next to Rias Gremory hell of a lot.
Ah, well, that's okay.
I don't
so
watch
that's why
Rias
you
Gremory
know.
either, so yeah.
Yeah, well, some of us don't obsess over certain characters, so
Give me this one.
As long as it's not Bible Black.
Yes.
It looks like such a
Oh,
normal
no,
anime.
really?
I swear I know that.
Interestingly, she's not the main female lead of this.
No.
But I think Loz does know.
I feel I do, but I cannot name it. But I know I've seen that before.
You could find it again. So I'm going to count that.
Oh, that's High School of the Dead, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is.
That's not High School of the Dead, Nasuth. Impressive, Xeno.
Nope.
Yeah, Xeno's full degenerate, We knew that
I'm
going
not
into
full
this, though.
degenerate because there's some that I still don't know.
I think he's up to like 6 out of 7 so far.
No. There's 2 I don't know. Don't know this
5
one
of
either.
them.
Oh, I really feel like I know that one. Oh, is that... Oh,
This is one of the earliest ones on the list.
yeah.
Earliest or oldest? Is
Oldest. It's the oldest on the list.
And
So
I feel like is it Golden? Is it like, isn't Golden Boy? Is it Light Golden Boy? One of the two. I don't know. I know Golden Boy isn't technically Rooster
You know
Cravat.
we're not trying to name stuff, right?
Yeah, I know. Whatever. No.
That's so ambiguous.
It's got Moe face, so kind of a no.
It's it's
it kind of does.
Oh god,
I left
left
in another character partially just to help.
This little bit of blonde hair.
I may know that.
I'm not going to count it for you, Xeno.
Yes.
No, but I kind of feel like I'd like to.
I feel like you'd like to.
Again, no, and I'm kind of happy. I feel my degeneracy score isn't going as I thought it was going to go.
Okay.
I'd remember that, and I no, can't.
Yeah, yeah.
I really like those tassel
Little-
bits with
yeah.
the little down arrows. They're really cool, and that little clip is
Yeah.
really unique. It's really nice. No, I've never seen it.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Nasuth
Starts
is the
with
one that gets that.
Starts with an N.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Then
I think I may know what it is.
And then there's an S later on. Yeah.
Okay. And then there's another N.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the big
Well done,
NSN
gentlemen.
media.
I wish I was actually keeping score. This is one of the newest.
No.
But you said they were all from the 90s.
No,
No,
I
no,
said
no,
they're
he said
from
started.
as early as 1999,
Oh, as early
all
as-
the way up
oh,
to
okay.
2022.
Oh wow. Okay, no.
So this is literally only 3 months old, so you actually get a bonus point for not recognizing it.
Oh yeah.
You get extra
Yeah.
degeneracy for not knowing it.
So yeah, you extra for knowing it, and extra innocence points for not knowing it.
Oh, okay. So it's okay.
Why does she look like a Saiyan?
Really, Xeno?
Yeah.
Why does it look like she's been in a shower when it's raining in a sunny day?
Oh, that's just fishy
Well,
sparkles. That's just
that's
fishy
just-
sparkles.
It's very
happens.
hot, and she's just sweating a bit.
Mhm.
That just happens, Loz.
Mhm.
It's
Is this the last
all
one?
anime has fishy sparkles.
Is this the last one?
What?
Second to
No,
last.
there's another one after this. No,
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Fair enough.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
This was apparently, according
Man,
to ratings,
if-
the most watched one of 2015.
If I knew we
Wow.
were just doing like this, which is rather just like, seeing us going, I did my own list to test Thaylien on, damn it. God, we're going to have to do this again now, and I'm going to next time, I'm going to prep for Thaylien. Yeah?
What number do we do it on?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Episode 169.
160. 160. I forget that far, okay.
And lastly, yes.
Oh god.
Wow, I mean,
Who doesn't?
I think
Come on.
everyone. I think
had
everyone
to-
knows that. Yeah.
can I
2 lunchboxes today.
yes, can I spit out? Anyone who doesn't know what this, well, okay, yeah, we can say the name of this one because I think it's, is it still up on YouTube? The English
No.
dub and
Oh,
cut?
almost certainly.
No, it got pulled
Somewhere.
Oh, it got
down.
pulled down.
It gets pulled down so often.
Yeah.
God. So
it
if
goes
you
up
can
again as
search
many
for them-
times.
Yeah, but it just you can search for this. It is a treat to go listen to it because this. Oh my god! I think the company was called Milky, which is wrong, but a terrible company.
They've done
I don't
so
know if that's-
much horrible stuff.
They
though.
did so much. But the American voice actor for this, so this I'm going to point out, this is Bible Black, obviously. This girl or this lady, I don't know who they got to do it.
Oh,
The voice
God.
actress for her, this is the main female character for the thing in the show, not antagonist, but heroine, let's say. And the English dub of it, it's so bad.
So-
it is one of the worst for all time.
We make fun of Ghost Stories because of its dub, but at least they're all professional voice actors in it.
Yes.
Yes,
This is truly terrible. There's no challenge in this whatsoever.
No,
The line
with
she's
the-
reading
yeah.
are horrible. The line reading itself is horrible. It is a flustercluck in the most beautiful way.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say this should be. I mean, like, so you're saying about the Ghost Stories one. Obviously, we're laughing with them because it's
Yeah,
almost like
yeah,
they were
yeah,
making
yeah.
jokes
Yes.
of it, and it is.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
still goodly voice. It's well voice acted, but it is just it's
The
hilarious. what they're
professional
saying
voice
and
actors
stuff
just
they're
kind of
saying.
fucking around. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just so self-aware.
Exactly,
This-
but
But
this
this.
is. Oh,
It feels like the quality of the voice act, and I apologize in advance
It's like
because
tell me
they
what's the
obviously-
room.
They tried. They did try. But the problem with this is it feels like they got the voice actress on Fiverr before Fiverr was actually a thing. Right? I mean, there's one brilliant scene where a character ends up falling off a building, and the character says, "Oh no, she fell." Just like that, like the pause and everything. No, like, oh god, she died. You know, none of that. It's just so deadpan and like a one take and that's it. It's like, you know, Clint Eastwood, one take and then that's a wrap.
I'm not even sure if the voice actress is actually a female Terminator sent back by Skynet in the future before emotion circuits were installed, because it just does not understand humans' ability to communicate. It is okay. Seriously. So if you Google something, carefully Google onto YouTube, because none of the hentai stuff will obviously get onto YouTube. But if you Google carefully, you know, might be able to find Bible Black. You know, the English dub, scenes cut or something like that.
Safe
for work. Yeah, try and find that. You'll just find the bits for this, and just listen to it and just be like, oh my god, my ears, what have I done to them? It's
it's definitely no cockadoodle did.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised
it's
that since
the opposite of ASMR.
Yeah, definitely. But, you know, to be honest, I'm surprised that either a company hasn't bought the rights and done a proper dub for it, or is it just that it would sell poorly because people would just want to laugh at the absolute hilarity that is this English dub. Like you couldn't. It's now taboo to do a better dub because this one is so bad. It must be held as the dub for all time. It is just
probably
the worst.
Yeah, it's probably like the content in it they think they can't sell it anymore. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just it's as if they just, I don't know. They found someone with like brain damage or something to do it because no one else would do it or something. Sadly, it's just, oh my god, it is just sick. Yeah, so yeah, keep going on about it, but yeah, it's a treat. Try it and find it. You can if you can. It used to be on YouTube, and it is just
truly outrageous. Oh hey, so let me come back to maids.
I think we've had our icebreaker. I think we've had a laugh at that, and it's time to move on.
And I have sent you all the answers to all those facets were, just in case you weren't.
Anyway, but so we're not gonna worry about that for the time being.
I have seen that.
Which one?
What was number 6?
Do you want to go back? Do you want to go back?
Yeah, can I see 6?
Which would be 9?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I know. I definitely had seen that. Yep, definitely.
Oh, he did say he felt like it. Yeah.
So now you know the name as well.
I did know.
You can go and re-see it.
Anyway.
Wow, I have really not seen so many of these. That is amazing.
Nasuth, stop
that
Googling.
He's just opening tabs. Let him open some tabs.
I'm just
right, let's go.
Okay, and
cool.
there we go.
Nasuth, hands above the desk, please.
Why have we got?
Moving on.
What the?
It's just Log Horizon, Loz. Yeah.
Oh,
judging us.
Anyway, no, you don't. Anyway, I didn't realize where he got his avatar from. Now I know.
Okay. Right. A lot of the time, anime is just seen as cartoon porn. Hentai genuinely is that. However, do you feel that people shy away from talking about it because of this stereotype? Many people may feel more comfortable talking about live action porn, but not hentai.
I feel like this has become less of a problem now. I mean, all you have to do is go look at Pornhub and the vast number of hentai sites that are out there. But definitely back in the day, I mean, all anime was just like you said, all anime was just seen as cartoon porn because a lot of times what was shipped over here had some risky stuff in it, you know.
But do you feel that people shy away from it? Or, you know, because again, as I said, I talking about the initial question on a scale of 1 to 10, I would feel more comfortable talking about live action porn than hentai. Because again, there's this. Yeah, I honestly, it may be a bit weird to say that, but it feels like there is this huge stereotype to kind of acknowledge that hentai exists because, you know, anime has been tarred so heavily with
That is
brush.
true, actually. No, there's still a lot of people that are like,
mean.
oh, you don't look at you. How can you look at that 2D stuff? That's not like how what a real person looks like. What are you, a grow? What are you? Blah, blah, blah. Kids look at cartoons. What's wrong with you? That sort of thing. Yeah, yeah. No, you're right. That is still that does still exist out there. Yeah.
Well, I would definitely say in
Regardless
the
of the
West
fact
that.
that
Oh, you go. Sorry. You go.
I say, regardless of the fact that Fritz the cat has existed for literally decades.
And heavy metal, and yeah.
Oh yeah. But I would say that, yeah, as you're saying, stuff had to, what was brought over here in, let's say, the 90s and early 2000s had to sell, and it was kept in the shady area of, let's say, your HMV or something. And
Or it was cheap to license because, you know.
Yeah, it was which is going to be the cheapest stuff to license would probably be, rather than the bigger shows, would be the dubious stuff. So I would say it still has that stigma attached to it. It's like and then it becomes a joke. In something like Family Guy or South Park, they'll make a joke about it, and it will be about the hentai side of thing rather than the more prevalent stuff, which is nothing to do with that at all. I would say it's over the last since the early 2000s, it's starting to make a bigger thing. I mean, obviously you've got, it's becoming more acceptable. Things like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto have made massive gains in the West. Like I was shocked. I used to be a school teacher, and sometimes you see a kid doodling, and he was drawing Naruto, and I was like, this is a 12-year-old, and he's just drawing his own cat version of himself in Naruto, and I was like, wow, it was quite impressive. Whereas, when I was a kid, I had Sky, and
You drew yourself
I
as
was
Batman.
the only. Huh?
You drew yourself as Batman.
No, I was like the only kid that had access to things like Dragon Ball Z, even Pokemon. That eventually did come onto normal terrestrial television over here, but like I had Dragon Ball Z, Tekman Blade. What else do we have?
Which was not called that at the time.
It's whatever. Techno Man. Yes, yeah, exactly. All that stuff. I had any access to it because I had the Sky, which over here was the special expensive television thing. So most people did not. Yeah, at all. And know any of that.
A lot of people didn't.
But as for which I'd be more happy talking about, I would probably, obviously not when in depth when recorded, but I would probably say I can see what Xeno's saying, because like normal, I don't know, to me it feels that you get deeper stories and they feel more intrusive with hentai, because it can do things and set up things which would take a lot for porn actors and actresses to do. You'd have to actually they'd have to actually act. Whereas they want to set up, it can be more emotional parts of the story, like people being betrayed or people have their feelings played with.
You get emotional reactions that you just wouldn't be able to get in regular porn, because
regular porn is just all about just showing you that, and you're like done. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying there isn't, but I mean that the majority of hentai more sets up the story. There is a plot, whereas the majority of stuff you'll find on Pornhub or whatever is just the act.
Maybe 10 seconds of story, and then
and then just getting to the act, looking at the titillation and the muscularity.
Yeah, it's something that I wonder if that's something we could actually work in somewhere. It's saturation level of things. When you are used to looking for things to use in the same way, you do eventually get bored of just looking at plain old TNA. And having some kind of emotional depth is actually a little bit more desired, if only because it helps you connect with character rather than with just entertainment.
I feel like you used to have that more in like the 70s. If you look at some of like the really old vintage stuff.
Yeah. They used to actually try and do some setup. Yeah, especially with the availability of personal cameras to just basically have different people allowing them, showing themselves going through the same process as everybody else did before them. It does reach a saturation point. Still.
Oz is screaming over to your team. So don't worry about that.
Still, I think I think when it comes down to it, I would be more comfortable, only very slightly more comfortable, talking about this than about regular prawn, because at least this has it has
an artistic angle to it that you don't generally
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
But then again, I could just be a degenerate and like corruption more than vanilla.
I mean, I think the big thing is that when we're talking about hentai, it's just like you can only take it so seriously. It's just like, you know, it's there to fulfill a role, but it doesn't, you know, you can't truly I suppose at the final point is you can't not laugh at it because it is dumb to the nth degree. Right?
I mean, that's true of all porn, isn't it? If
Yeah,
you're
yes.
looking at it outside of a certain context, it is silly.
Yeah,
But
but
when
a lot
you've
of the
got that
time-
post-nut clarity, you laugh at all of it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
the other side of it, though, is that with live action, is that that because it is sort of like real life, there is this more it's taken seriously. Like, you know, as you were describing earlier, Thaylien, with the adult store that, you know, they're trying to shut down and things. I mean, like, if you had like this is a forbidden no, let's not name an actual shop.
Yeah, no.
If you hadn't like what's it called, a geek shop of some kind that in the there's an adults only section which actually sells this stuff, I'm pretty sure the majority of people wouldn't take it seriously at all, right? You know, so that's
Although there would be an awful lot of judging eyes on you if you went back to that section too regularly. Same as there is for going into any of the other shots with any kind of regularity.
Yeah. So that's the sort of thing that I think I'm alluding to. So though I can appreciate the fact that you're saying that you would find it easier to talk about hentai, I think personally I find it easier to talk about live action.
Marginally.
Because to me it's quite a big margin. Okay, I'm happy to move on to the next question, unless you have anything. Anyone else? No?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
So, and feel free to not elaborate on any of these if you'd like. You know, I don't want to talk about this. What are your top 3 and bottom 3 tags?
Ooh.
So, I will happily start. I'm going to say...
Happily, he says.
In inverted commas. Is it a gahao? Or I can't...
Ahago, yeah.
Yeah, there's that
Yeah, that's
one.
a good one, yeah.
The contorted face, yes.
Oh, goddamn, I need to actually... Wait, Nasuth, where's the list?
We do actually, we've got, I don't know how easily it is for you to see them. I can make this bigger on our end a little bit.
You know what, I could actually just, you know...
Or you can just go look at the assets
file
themselves.
Ooh.
We've actually got
Okay,
3 pages worth.
Oh my word.
Anything after that started to get weird into...
I love
like,
that drill hair has a tag. It's just why.
we blurred out...
curly hair.
We clearly blurred
It's
out some of
associated
them.
with a type of
So,
person.
go back to the first list. Well,
Can you even actually get that hair in real life?
I'm going to say the big
With difficulty,
bosoms.
yes.
Yeah, I was going to say Opie, but that's basically the same thing.
And...
Oh, it's so appropriate that Dio's in the background here.
Oh my god.
I don't even know what some of these are, like Nakadashi.
That's just not pulling out.
Thank you, degenerate.
I don't know if
You're
there's
welcome,
anything-
Weeb.
I don't think there's...
Some things you've missed. Like, clearly you should have not had on that.
Oh, really? Have
Read them
I?
up.
Oh.
like
Right.
based on your taboo list, you should have knocked a few of those off.
Should I have? Oh
I
dear.
can certainly
I
see
don't know.
one of them that should not be on there.
Well,
Right,
I gave you a chance to
nah.
to veto
It's
it.
on
veto
the
any.
taboo list that you should have removed.
Oh, my
Doesn't
dear.
you should have removed.
Anyway, I'm gonna say the
My favorite
Muscle!
thing from
Muscle. Actually, yeah.
X-ray.
that's where you can see inside for the.
I know, but it's
Yeah,
I just have that as a tag is kind of weird.
Yes. Well,
is.
I don't know because
Oh,
it's
there is
one
one
of
that I
those
should
things
have missed.
that
Oops.
it's one of those things that X-ray can be done in animation, but it can't be done in regular. So
That's true.
I don't know.
I see what you mean. Yeah, fair.
I can't easily pick a third one. I'm probably.
What were your three so far?
So I'm gonna say the Hego face, the big bosoms, and oh god, there's one I just seen that I really don't like. I'm gonna say mind control.
Mind control.
Wow.
And what are your worst three?
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay, so
I don't know if you want to do the worst three because, like, to be
Yeah.
honest, it would hit
okay.
the list.
Yeah, no, but
No.
without touching the taboo list. What's
Okay,
your
without-
What are your least favourite, not your
Right.
worst?
okay. So NTR, right? Just no. I just like no. I just
Yeah.
can't. Right.
Makes me feel uncomfortable.
The
Not into the
home-
emotional side of things.
the homely gentleman. To put it.
Okay.
Um,
the
Yeah.
rather-
And
not handsome one.
uh
No, that'd be mean. Sorry, no, don't go me.
and the I can see it. It's in the fourth column. It's like several down.
Oh, I've got my favourite one that's in my not list from this actually.
Okay.
Incomplete.
Ah.
Oh,
That does annoy me. It really annoys me. It's like, right, if you're gonna put something out and you haven't translated some pages, don't just miss them. Put them bloody in there at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't finish the job. I mean, there we go.
It's,
That's it, tag.
I can't. All I can say is nipple play. There you go. It's
oh, that one.
yeah. I just
Oh,
just
there's
it's just
CBT.
like, no.
I'll take that off the list. That's no. That's on my no list.
What is?
CBT.
Yeah, that was the other one. So on my no list would be NTR, CBT, and probably Unbirth. That's right there.
Oh yeah,
What?
That's a good one too.
yeah.
And by
that's-
good I mean terrible.
Mm.
I mean my god.
And if I was going to go on to my top three, let's say,
Stuck in a wall. It's
yes, that's actually one of them. Stuck in a wall.
hilarious.
Let's see, Futunari.
That's always
Poor
a good
grammar.
one.
That's another one of most hated.
Yeah.
tags.
Yeah.
There was
Poor
one on.
grammar.
I'll tell you what.
Seriously, poor grammar.
When we had 4 of these instead of 3, one of the tags on there was non-H.
Yeah.
That
there
is
we
the
go.
worst H tag I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're my 3 worst tags.
Yeah.
Then for
And one more for the road on that. I think Mind Break,
Mm,
because it falls under that whole thing of moral degeneration, which is quite good.
you don't like that.
No, top 3. So Futunari,
Oh.
Mind Break, and Stuck in a Wall.
But you put NTR in your hate.
NTR is
That's his
mine,
hate.
but Mind Break is basically a extension of the Ahagao. In a way, it's when
but-
you take it so far that they genuinely don't want anything else.
No, so
I would say it'd be very hard to find a lot of Mindbreak not linked in. There's more of that linked in with your NTR than not.
Yeah, but that falls. That's a side thing of moral degeneration as well.
Okay.
But
I
a
think-
segment I don't like specifically because of the emotional attachments.
I think the difference here is mine. So where NTR starts from a negative, Mindbreak starts.
okay, now we're surpassing
Yeah.
quantum mechanics here at that, and I'm not going to...
Yeah, well, I mean, look
We're
how
not
many
going
tags
to
there
go
even
any
are.
further into that. We've got
Yeah,
Loz's
it's all
three
about
bottom ones, though.
your combination of tags.
Yeah. So we've got Loz's bottom 3. What are your
I
top
would
3,
go
Loz?
for my top 3. Are going to sound quite... I like because
Vanilla.
no, they'll sound vanilla, but then it's like because that's. But then, yeah, I would probably go with mature, go. I can never say it.
Gyaru,
and harem.
Mm-hmm.
You see, but
Okay.
if
you want a harem of mature, flamboyant girls?
I wouldn't have those two combined.
But you'd want at least one example of the first two on your harem.
Exactly. See, now you get it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all of us. Have you discussed
Right,
all of
it's
ours? Has Nasuth got a few in, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm mostly picking back on other people, like Fuda, Monster Girl, and I can't remember what the third one was.
Well, let's find it.
Sorry, we've changed this image. And I've just seen Mini Guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That's the thing.
That would be my top 5 hated ones. When there's like adults but mini people, like it's just annoying. It's just like it just doesn't. It's like you're just drawing weird comic.
On the
book
other
now.
hand, of course, people that know me know that Fairy is on my list. Well, it's probably in my top 5 for likes. So mini guy, no, mini girl.
Okay.
Just gonna glare at things.
Glare.
Glare.
Right. So I think that's basically
it's
takes
good.
on that. Ooh, are there some tags that go too far?
100%.
Personally, I really feel NTR. Just good.
Yeah, I was going to go with that as well. It's because of that thing that you can't get with the regular stuff. It's cuckolding, but taken to the full extent of it. Usually with full dramatic repercussions upon the person that's being cheated on. It usually goes way too far for my liking.
Now, I'm curious, is that because you see yourself in one of the characters? When you say it go too far, I mean, it's just...
I could talk about it now. I can talk about it now, but because I'm now 15 years removed from it, but yes, I can see myself in one of the characters. I found out that my last partner was cheating on me from a porn website.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, and not in a small way either. The video doesn't exist anymore because they found the account, obviously, but it was not a single person.
Jeez. Oof.
So, yeah. Yes, actually, I do unfortunately have that uncomfortable projection there. So.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice. Yeah. That I can completely understand. That makes perfect sense to me. Why that would just not be something interesting to you. Yeah.
But from someone that hasn't experienced that, I still see the self-insertion there as well. It's no, don't want this.
Some people may like that because of the humiliation, but you're not into that to begin with, and then all you're left with is the betrayal, and that's not something. The disloyalty. That's not something that most people enjoy.
To quote the recently arrested Andrew Tate, that just makes you a beta cuck.
Oh my god. What about you, Loz? Any tags that go too far?
Obviously, that aren't in the taboo list.
Inflation.
Okay, the taboo list.
The taboo list is the taboo list.
No, what was the weird one that I have seen?
Mini guys.
Mini guys is just creepy. It's just like, because it just annoys me because it doesn't look real. I mean, I don't know. Maybe like it does exist, but it just looks so wrong. It just doesn't make sense. On the taboo list, obviously, of everything, some of that is just But here's a weird one, which isn't very common: encasement.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
That one just. Oh god, I just can't. I just no.
No, I get you. Yeah, that's.
It just feels creepy. I'm not claustrophobic, but it's just much just like. Yeah,
it does hit wrong.
Is it just basically doing it in something like a coffin?
No, it's actually like
it's where you encase a person, like you pour concrete over them or something.
Concrete over them or something,
or
so they end up completely frozen in place.
Yeah, or put someone in a sort of a latex bag with a breathing tube, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And then
so
seal the
bondage, but taken so very, very far.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
it's not as direct as some other stuff. It's not like straps or anything. It's like just a whole body sort of thing, and it just some weird stuff in that. No, not my fan. But as you're gonna say, like, is it just to pick a tag that's horrible? Yeah, there's those, but like I think it's the combination of ones. Oh God.
Yeah, definitely.
I suppose we haven't got an image of just the front cover just because of the ridiculous meme of it. And I know other shows have done it. Like I think Trash Taste has it on their thumbnails. Is Metamorphosis. It's a combination of tags.
Oh,
and it
God.
So it's not any one particular tag on there that makes it just gut wrenching, but it's just the whole thing put together. It's just such a gut wrenching story.
Yeah, did you see the quotes from two different authors of one of manga, one of Metamorphosis? The Jujutsu Kaisen author says he doesn't draw anything naughty because his mum reads this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the author of Metamorphosis showed it to his mum, and she said she doesn't. It's not sad enough yet. She doesn't look like she's hurt enough. Do more.
It won't. It won't sell or something. It won't sell.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There's
I know. I don't know if Thaylien, you must have read it. Yeah.
I've only heard stories.
Yeah, I like these other two.
Yes.
I've explained roughly to them.
The I don't actually count. I don't actually count the JoJo ending.
It's canon. It is canon.
It's fun, but
it's canon.
No, I prefer the Futanari lesbian ending.
I've not seen that one. No.
Oh yeah, it's real. I prefer that one because it actually uses characters from in the manga to actually get the ending.
You have to lend me that one because I don't know. I like the JoJo ending.
I shall look it up. For you.
Or also, God, there's also I think it's the cut off the last page ending.
Oh God, that goes under the incomplete tag.
No, that one is not incomplete. It's just the last page.
That's how it's supposed to end.
Because that's how I originally read it. The one that I originally read had the last page cut off. Because when she's in the bathroom and she's using, and then it takes her mind thing as the actual truth of what happened and cuts off the last page where it turns still in there.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay, so moving on because we're trying to be cryptic and everything. Exactly what we're talking about. I don't know if there's anything you want to add in as any tags that just no.
Oh God, I had one and now I've forgotten it because we started talking about other things. Inflation. Sometimes like that just. Whoa, it's one of those things. It's where it's like it's so physically impossible. That do they understand what the inside of a person looks like?
People are not stretchy like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's funny to think they might be.
I think so.
Kind of goes in with Unbirth, where it's just like it's so just what.
So I ended up watching.
But it's warm and damp in there.
No,
I ended up watching a Sid Snap video with her now husband, but at the time it was her fiance Gant, and she was talking. They were doing a comparison of different tags, like different popular tags and things like, did they like it? Did they not like it? This actually came up, and there was actually a difference between, in terms of inflation, right? There's one which is no, people don't stretch like that, right? That will physically kill someone. And then there's the ones that are just like, you kind of have the X-ray addition to it, which is just like, okay, so there's a bit of an inflation, but it's
more of a tummy bulge than
no, it's less than that even, right?
Yeah.
So
it's more like the inside becoming full.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
So that I personally have no issue with.
That's fine.
But
that's not a problem. I mean, it's unrealistic, but it's fine.
Yes, but the extent of like this would tear someone in half.
Yeah,
not fine with.
And also that thing that occasionally they decide that the human digestive tract is not actually like a full kilometer long; it's only 2 feet, and somehow
and sometimes it opens up to other areas of the body, like the boobs for some reason.
And so so it's somehow all linked, and so too much can actually start coming out all sorts of places.
I think this is going in a direction that
humans have a cavity inside. You know, it's just
humans are just a series of tubes anyway. You know, 1 kilometer, 2 feet. It's all the same thing, really. Especially if you have magic henty infinity stones.
Yeah. Why is my hand doing that?
Because mine is.
I hate how like these people. I do worry if they've actually understand science at all of what is inside of a human. When sometimes they have like they just think people are just a tube from. That's it. Like nothing else. It's like it is, but there's a a bit of
we did see that tag as we were scrolling through the other ones all the way through.
All the way through.
Yes. Yep.
It's just ridiculous. I just want to comment on
can work in the contents of tentacles because tentacles can do that.
Well, sure, if a tentacle is 1 kilometer long, whatever,
exactly.
Or some of them are as long as they want to be. They just grow magically. So
yes.
Okay, I think it's time.
That's.
I think in part we've partially answered.
We've all seen Aretsuki. Oh wait.
Yeah, shut up. It's not going to happen. Please don't let it happen. Well, I mean, like, for Loz's benefit, I'm starting doing punishment things for Notice Me Senpai. If I mention a specific anime too often, the Kohai are allowed to actually pick 3 shows for each episode. If I mention that, I can score up points, and one of the suggested penalties is watch Doji.
Oh dear.
So,
but only the first one. Only the first one. I won't make you watch.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on.
Can I just ask, have you done that intro video yet?
I lost 2 weeks to recovering everything. Exactly. Fine, I'll do
Nasuth,
it.
you can delete my second question now.
What?
Nasuth, you can delete my second question now. It's been answered.
Oh, yes, that is true. Yeah, sorry.
Right.
Didn't
So,
think about that.
the next question I have on this huge list is, are the hentai that cover the physically impossible okay?
So we kind of touched on that with inflation and all the way through, and
I would say it really depends, because physically impossible in things like contortion, inflation, not so much. But Nasuth mentioned a tag that is very relevant in Monster Girl. Because a Dullahan, a headless, someone who could detach their head, is a character in that. And
I feel we've just found a new fetish for
that's acceptable.
New?
What?
Anyway,
can you believe this guy? New.
Hey, okay, fine. The audience is discovering.
Basically,
you've discovered a new one.
Basically, he's organised this and put all these cool things, and you're liking Thaylien's discovered new things. Like, have you been watching this show so far? How far we've got this episode? Thaylien's discovered something new. Oh my god!
I came prepared.
No.
And multiple times.
I was gonna say phrasing.
Anyway,
So,
Nice.
if I want to say that again, is it when you say have the cover physically impossible? Okay, I think to be honest, as long as the taboo list, because technically some of that is illegal in certain places,
Right, yeah.
quite a lot of places. As long as it doesn't cover the taboo list and people have, it's not hurting anyone, then
Yeah.
it's fine. I mean, if people want to enjoy it and go look at it, that's up to them. But as I say,
Yeah.
as long as it is legal, it's fine. You know?
I think this is
So-
more personally. Does it when something like that happens? Does
No,
it
I think
does it
I
ruin
think
it for
is-
you?
No, I mean I think that's what's it called. We've already covered that sort of stuff with.
If you're
with our
watching-
no list.
we will watch. Well, I mean, like we just watch the shows that's going on in the background. We've got spaceships, we've got aliens, we've got monsters, we've got magic, we've
Exactly.
got giant metal suits, we've got giant. I don't know.
But those
everything.
are all physically possible. We could totally have Gundams.
We can totally throw Jupiter. at
Melfina is not a real person, and yet I would.
Did you say what? Final Fantasy 14? I think you say.
Melfina, right there.
No, right there.
Oh, right there,
Star.
Melfina,
I haven't watched
she's
Outlaw
not
Star in years.
yeah, she's not a real
I guess
person.
it's a
but
good
I
point.
would.
Yeah. Technically, it's all
And
physically impossible
Asia
because they're
Clan
two-dimensional.
Exactly.
I have to go back to watching. It's Date Live, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch Date Live. It's so good.
No, you don't.
Maybe we should get Nasuth to watch it. as well.
No.
Nazareth
You-
watches.
Gave
Nazareth
it a
watches.
try. Gave it a try when I thought I was watching No Game No Life, and I was like, Xeno, why the heck do you like this so much? It's really bad. Like, no, that's the wrong one. Oh.
Well, I mean, the worst one was when you got assassination classroom beat me.
Oh God. That's on my forbidden tag list.
Classroom of the elite.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So we've got lots
Although,
of point of view.
You
we've
would be
got-
quite happy if they all got fucked.
Alright, slow down for a second. What? Wait, what?
Right. So Nasuth, how do
Yeah.
you feel about the physically impossible?
Again, intellectually, it's fine. People can enjoy what they want to enjoy as long as it's not illegal or completely beyond the pale or whatever. But I personally, again,
But
I have my
bone
limits.
intellectually?
I just, yeah. Bone
Yes, I
intellectually.
too shall rip off what Loz said.
Wow. I mean,
I would watch every single thing that's out there, but at the same time, if as long as
No,
it's,
but you were saying as long as it's not illegal.
yeah. There are just
And-
points where I think it's like, why would that's why?
yeah,
why
I
would
don't
you?
understand people's appeal to people, but
Yes.
if they're not hurting anyone, it's not illegal, then they do their
Yeah.
So I cannot answer this question. This question was more directed to if anyone can answer this. The difference between a doujinshi, an animated hentai, and like a video game version. I have never experienced this myself. I don't know if any of you have.
So
this
when he
was
says
more-
doujinshi, he doesn't mean just fan-made ones. He means like any manga.
So basically, you do get like, okay, so for example, Metamorphosis is getting an animated version.
Oh
It
God, no!
originally
Why?
Because
Is
it's
that
incredibly
no,
popular.
no. Why is that? No, but it's not pop. Nobody wants that. It's not, not popular.
Okay,
that
okay,
way.
let's
Yeah,
let's
but neither
let's not go
was,
down that rabbit hole.
Neither was
People who like train wrecks want to see it.
what should we call it? It's Morbin time. That was they re-released that in the Morbius. They
Exactly.
re-released that.
That's
It
the
was
point.
popular, but it wasn't desired.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
They
But
still
the
did it.
The point is, I don't know if there are any others that any of you have experienced where you have seen the printed form version versus the animated version
I've
versus.
never played the games of anything. That's where I
I've
have
played
to.
a couple of games, but
The only real difference I can
many years
think-
ago.
The only real difference I can think is that the game you have to use 2 hands, the doujinshi you have to use 1, and the animated you can freehand.
So, should we skip over this question then? After,
fair
it was just on the off chance that any of you knew.
No one lose
oh,
Comey.
Which one's better?
No one-
Which one's better? Doujinshi animated or game?
Oh,
Moving on.
Hmm.
So, here's a big question.
All right.
Is it justified to ban hentai in certain places, like Australia and some parts of
I don't think banning it helps.
Are we talking about a blanket ban here?
There is a blanket ban in Australia.
Yeah. Australia's just weird though.
They are weird. Yeah. They really are.
I think even Germany has gotten past its restrictions on video game violence. If you didn't know, back in like the 90s and early 2000s, things like Turok the Dinosaur Hunter, the dinosaurs were robots. You know, you shoot the dinosaurs. Carmageddon, where everything's green and zombies.
No. In Germany, there were traffic cones.
The traffic, it's things like that. But I remember there was one car game where everything became zombies, so it was really hard.
Wasn't there a joke about Team Fortress 2 where in the German version everyone's using super soakers and dressed up like clowns?
I'm not sure if it goes that far, but yeah, that's the kind of restrictions they used to have on that, and I think they kind of passed it now. But for Australia, they're just weird still. I don't know.
So it was still Carmageddon. So Germany had traffic cones, whereas it may have been Australia that had zombies.
Yeah.
Or it might be like parts of America or Canada or something like that had zombies. I know this because one of my friends, when I was a kid, he basically had all three. He had the UK version, I think the Canadian version, and the German version, and it was just like 3 different. It was just crazy, and like it was great because the traffic codes like literally did nothing.
Yeah. But think about it. Nothing in history has ever been eliminated by banning it. It just hasn't.
It's so true.
So people will find a way to get hold of it any way they can. Just a simple VPN can let you get hold of pretty much any of the subject material.
Sorry, the Carmageddon 64 version, for the N64, they didn't put traffic cones, they put dinosaurs.
Oh my god.
I had a picture of it, and it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, so again, at the same time, that is the law of the area. Not everywhere has to be. Some places, the same. Because to be fair, what is acceptable in Japan,
Thaylien, I know.
A lot of stuff is not seen as acceptable in the rest of the world. Some of the tags we've already tabooed are. There's a reason. I'm pretty sure they are fine in Japan, and I'm pretty sure they'd be illegal here.
We've tabooed them here because, of course, all laws apply in the country you're in. If it's illegal in the country you're in, then it's illegal. It doesn't matter if it is legal in Japan. It's illegal here. Therefore, no.
I mean, we have highlighted some of the tags that we think are pretty bad, right? There are much worse tags that we would all flat out agree with, but they're already in the taboo list. So if you think like, oh, no, this is so much worse, it's probably in the taboo list.
Yeah.
So...
so to say, is it justified to ban it outright? I don't think you should. I think people should be adults, and there should be this is what adults are allowed to do. Blanket bans don't work. Most of the blanket bans, because it just encourages a black market. It's the same thing like in America where they tried to outlaw alcohol.
The Prohibition era.
That's the one. Prohibition. Yep. And it just it's
all it did was create rum runners.
Exactly, and it's the same thing for these kind of things. They should be safe, legal, and monitored, and that's how it should be measured.
I think another side of this is the fact that I think we're going through a phase right now where we're trying to legislate against Facebook to prevent certain things from being put on Facebook and stuff like that. Like I hate the fact that we have a lot of society has this, regardless of which culture you come from, has this blanket, we must ban that, right? Whatever happened to things like age rating? Whatever happened to like, here's a guidance on how you should use this material and thing? No, you just gotta ban it. Like,
I actually have a bit of an answer for that.
I don't. Well, see, the thing is, that's too broad, Xeno, because like some of it, your argument you just used could be used to justify some things on the taboo list which are illegal.
No, I actually have an anscer for this one. It's not
stuff that's
exactly
not
the best
hurting
answer.
anyone, I think is what he meant, but yes.
Well, no, even stuff for educational purposes are supposedly supposed to be removed from the likes of Facebook.
Wow.
Right? But no, look, here it is, Xeno. It's the simple fact is that people do not want to take responsibility for themselves.
Yeah.
Age ratings, age restrictions, putting things as not safe for work. They don't, when they're caught out for it, so when their kids get hold of stuff they're not supposed to, or when they want to buy a game just to shut their kid up that's over the age rating for that child, they don't want to be the ones that have to regulate. They want the companies to regulate. They want the private companies or the individuals that actually release games or videos or manga, anything like that. They want them to be responsible for censoring themselves. They don't want to have to self-regulate.
My question to you, is that because when we were kids, we were regulated by the system, by, parents going, no, little Timmy at 5 years old, you can't watch Aliens, an 18 movie, because it's an 18, or is it something else?
It's just neglect. People that do not want
people
to be
are too
responsible
busy
for
these
their
days.
own.
To do that level of responsibility.
I bring
so
it back
they
to the
want someone
Karen
else to do
thing.
it for them.
I bring it back to the Karen thing. A woman buys a video game that's rated 18, comes in to see her child playing something like Call of Duty, where he's just shooting people over and over and over again.
Oh my
Gets
god! I didn't know this had violence in it.
That this game has violence in it, and goes back to the shop to say, "How could you sell this to my child?" And people say, "We didn't sell it to the child. We sold it to you. You gave it to your child. You're responsible."
Yeah.
And that's just outrageous to them. They don't want to be called out like that. They don't want to have this. This kind of thing should not be possible in the first place. Their negligence should not be possible to cause this situation. And that's where it's all come from. It's the origins of the suing culture in America, where you can sue for anything, even if it's not a valid thing.
It's not my fault I burned myself on this hairdryer by trying to insert it into my ear.
Yeah.
It's the company's fault for making that
Exactly.
possible.
For not putting a warning list on it. Yeah,
Okay.
It's that culture. For every warning label on a packet, there's a story that caused it.
Yeah, I think it's mental, the fact that, you got a pack of peanuts and they may contain nuts. But
Especially considering peanuts are legumes.
Yeah. So my question so even though you have really done a great job of answering, people don't want to self-regulate, I'm asking you specifically, the three of you, do you think there should be a self-regulatory certifications instead of just, do it for me?
Yes, people should be responsible for their own choices, and everything should be marked as to what it's appropriate for, whether it's actually, if something is illegal, it should remain illegal in that country.
Yeah,
so that's, just a thing. It just can't be imported, can't be brought in because it's illegal.
Yeah.
People should have that responsibility for themselves and the people that they are responsible for to regulate the content that they consume.
Okay. I assume it's the same for both you and...
Well, of course, and we're defining what is illegal as things that are harmful to...
I don't know. I don't think we need to spend more time on this, because it's really tricky to say, because we're saying if it's illegal, it should stay illegal and things, and it's but hang on, what?
But this is already illegal, yeah.
But for instance, in Australia, as we just mentioned, it's much more restrictive, and it's then it should always be illegal. It's let's define what do we find acceptable, and it's just a slippery slope of, and some people use this argument and this discussion to push into things which definitely should be kept out of.
Yes, 100%.
And I do think that is a much deeper discussion on legal thing that we shouldn't need to go to. So I think we have approached this enough, and we'll move on.
We'll move on.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So the next one I have is, I think it's safe to say everyone mixes up a bit. They don't just experience the same thing over and over again. However, do you prefer to lean toward live action prawn or hentai? And I'll happily say I much prefer, because I find a lot of the live action stuff is just the same. It is, we described it earlier, it's just, turn on camera, get job done, completion.
Make sure you use these specific poses, because it's the best way that the camera can get an actual shot. And very light on story, yep.
I much prefer.
Well, and again, I mentioned those vintage ones where you do have more story, and those are actually really enjoyable because they're focusing more on the interactions of the people and less on specifically these predetermined
should we call it the
angles.
Act?
Yeah, the act. Yeah.
I propose a third option.
Roger Rabbit style, where it's a bit of both.
No, I want to shout out my damn girl, Project Melody, and everything that she does, and just yes, VTubers do it better.
That was actually one of the tags in the list was VTuber. Yeah, fair enough.
Yes, but that's more of a medium these days.
Okay. Loz, do you have anything you want to follow up with?
No.
Nope.
I
Cool.
I couldn't say, but
Fair. Right. The next question I have is: how do you feel about independent artists, on the internet creating, indie hentai of beloved characters that maybe appear in something like Demon Slayer or Naruto or something, so that they personally have hand-drawn the naughtiness. Right? It's not officially licensed.
Yeah.
It's not.
While there is the copyright thing of what is fan art, unless the, how else are we going to get that unless the official author actually decides to go and do it? We know that with honestly,
it must be made. It's the law of the internet. It must be made.
It is the law of the internet. I mean, that's one of those things that is a law of the internet.
34B, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if you don't allow it, people will just be like, "Oh, this is my original character Boku and his wife Dee, and they just happen to look very similar to these licensed characters that you know about."
Ah, yes, the China method.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
No, that's to turn blood, turn all the blood white. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. In fact, that just automatically makes it our topic, just by that censorship method.
The next question I have is: are there any hentai animation studios you keep away from? Me, definitely. I think it's Queen Bee. The animation is just so bad.
I don't really pay enough attention to the names, but Milky is definitely one of them.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go.
I did want to talk more about the last point.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
No. There are people obviously that fund themselves off of this kind of stuff, and I would say as long as they're not, it's a very grey area. But
I think it falls under the same thing as fan art.
It does. I think it does.
Can
as
you
long as
make
they're not
money off
directly,
fan art?
Well, to be honest, I would say that obviously the main way these kind of things get funded, I think, is through things like Patreon, even though they're trying to squish all that sometimes. I would say that if people, that's the only way I would say people should get funded for it, is that you're funding the person, not for directly, and to be honest, that the person should be, forced to release it online for free, so that they're not directly earning from the, they're not gating the.
It's a Patreon exclusive for
you're
X amount
supporting
of
the
time,
person to produce it, but
and
not
then it
producing that
becomes
particular thing.
public.
You're not paying access
Yes.
to that thing.
The patron requested it, but you're releasing it to the public, so
free.
it becomes free fan art. It's a derivative work, and therefore it's covered under that.
So I get where you're coming from, but I think there is a problem there where people will, effectively, they'll just wait for I won't bother supporting this. Like, if it's a case of they can't profiteer from it, right, then it might be a case of they can't earn over a certain amount, and then but I
which you can also do is release high res versions to the patrons and lower res to the public.
Sure.
Yeah, but you're saying that that because people will just wait. It's like, no, I feel that's fine. And it's that then it becomes a case of if people can't fund themselves because people aren't producing it, then it doesn't get made. And it's like, well, if you want it made, you have to support the person, not what they're
people on
actually
YouTube
making, but the act of producing.
Yeah, there's people on YouTube that get funded on Patreon to do things, and then
well, because the thing is,
anyway.
I know it's going to be a bit of a broader topic here, but I think this should be expanded. This kind of thing should be added into laws and be secure. Things I know it's like does everyone here know what Astartes is?
Yes.
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 Yeah, cool. So obviously the person was producing that, and then Games
do
Workshop...
actually explain it though, because there might be audience listeners that.
Oh, okay. So there's a Games
Also,
Workshop
that's
and-
not the same topic as we're talking about.
It's tangential.
It's linked to
Yes.
it, not the actual henty issue, but
It's
the
fan art kind of thing.
the production of something which you don't own the license of, and that's why I think it should be adjusted and protected, because it's so there is the Games Workshop have a license. They have a setting called Warhammer 40,000, and then the Games Workshop fails at using their license to produce anything really of any note. Person of his own back made the best piece of animation for this or media for this lore. Literally, I would almost show this to, it's only about 20 minutes long I think in total, show it to anyone, just the pure one person. Apparently I think maybe they got a bit of help at the end, but they produced it all off their own, and they were doing it for just off people supporting off Patreon, and they just put it on the YouTube for free. And they've obviously, that person's been snapped up by Games Workshop to produce more stuff, but there are other people producing stuff out there, and then Games Workshop has come out and made it so that if you want to produce stuff, fan stuff, you have to sign a special NDA a special contract with them, and it's all restrictive.
Sort of like a licensing thing, yes.
Exactly, and it's like I think it's ridiculous that there's not some form of protection for people to produce fan art or fan material of a thing. Without
having to sign a.
So this is actually really interesting. This is the law in Japan. You can do this as long as you're not profiteering from it. So if you make your doujinshi, right, and you are you choose to publish it, you can only sell it at convention venues. You can't sell it online, so there is no way to properly profiteer off of it, right?
So there's limited opportunities, limited time, limited dispersion of the material, and it basically is for people who want it. They set up a convention. If you want to come find it, you have to go. So it doesn't compete actively with the now global reach of the official product, is what you say.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's the big thing about it. So I think it's
that's why those events are so important to artists over there.
Yeah. So if it's a case of like you can't profiteer off of this independent henty that you're making, then sure. So maybe it's a simple case of like platforms like OnlyFans or Patreon, they have to cap the amount you can receive, right? But because it's not your
that's
material,
very difficult to regulate, because of course, what if the person's only partially creating fan artwork and is by and large creating just request work of people's original characters?
In that instance, I think it's safe to say, well, that doesn't fall under that restriction, but you'll have to do it on like a month by month basis sort of thing.
Yeah, but you'd have to do it on a post by post basis if you wanted to be that precise with it.
Can we all just agree that copyright laws are draconian and need to be looked at?
Definitely.
Oh,
Yes, let's take that as read and move on, I think.
Yeah, I think it's interesting to discuss it, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, so the previous question, or the next question, was are there any henty animation studios that you want to keep away from? Mine, obviously.
Besides the ones we've noticed, like Milky and Queen Bee, then we don't really pay attention to the actual studio all that much in this particular topic, do we?
No, I think a large thing is that if they are not of, weirdly enough,
Note.
Loz kind of alluded to this. Like, if there's not enough of a demand for it, then you won't make it. I think that's the big thing, because so many people don't like these specific art studios. Those studios kind of disappear because they don't get the funding.
I wonder if we could petition for a Studio Trigger version of something.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Just how many action poses, how many somersaults before landing upon the partner would happen?
Oh my god. And then we've got
And
space
explosions.
stuff to do with space.
Yes,
it
here we
has
go.
to have something to do with space.
Somebody be launched into
Hey,
space
what are you
by
doing?
the power of horny.
Power of Gundams.
Probably Gundams, yeah.
Any comments from the other two?
I wouldn't say I have any particular things, but I mean, I know there's probably, if I probably looked into it, there are sometimes I'm like, you can tell me, it's like, you're saving budget here. Those animated poorly, or now How long are you gonna milk this repeated animation? It's like, yeah, I get it. Can we move
Oh,
on?
wording.
It's like, where's the budget gone? Where's the budget? Oh, okay, you're spending a bit now. Okay, it's just like, yeah, it's just more laziness than anything.
And I assume no comment from Nasuth?
I already said Milky.
Yeah.
I was the one that said Milky.
Right.
You
Yeah.
fool.
So, censored or uncensored, and which type is the least intrusive censorship? Mosaic, whiteout, or black line?
I'll take
mind.
either
Yeah.
and black lines.
Preferably, I honestly prefer censored.
Really?
Like, yeah, because like more often than not, when you finally see the uncensored version, it's just like, this looks terrible. This looks
There are some artists that I would definitely prefer the uncensored versions.
independent, sure, right? Independent artists will actually put the effort in, but I think because a lot of hentai stuff has to be censored, right?
They put less effort into it.
Yeah.
They put so little effort into it, and it's just like,
Oh, no. I mean, there's quite a few artists that are fully licensed up that do put the effort in because they know that it becomes uncensored in other countries. And
Yeah, it really
ones
does
that have,
depend.
yeah, there are, and I'm not going to say them. There are distribution websites for the material, and for people that actually are published on those websites that have subscription services and things, the artwork is uncensored at default. So
Please
they
support
actually do put the
official
effort. Yes.
Phrasing.
Please support my official release.
Ooh.
I'd probably say in terms of animation, animated stuff, just not the out.
Yeah.
It looks so dumb.
Yes,
Especially
it
when
does.
it's actually like glowing. It's like, oh my god. What are you doing?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. The power of my member knows no bounds.
My drill shall
Right.
pierce the heavens.
I think I prefer uncensored, but there are definitely times when it's like, who taught you how to draw that like that? Just no.
My holy sword shall smite thee, demoness. Sorry.
Right. We've just got a last few questions. Comparing your most beloved hentai versus the most generic anime, which is better for the safe for work plots? Sorry, parts.
Okay, let's get a bar for most generic anime. What would you count as your most generic?
Ooh.
Oh, something like
Anything by Clam.
Isekai Cheat Magician, or I'd argue Battle After Meeting 5 Seconds.
Yeah.
It's the stuff where like
Any sort
the
of high school
animation-
drama.
no, not just any sort of high school drama though. It's the ones where it's just like they really cut back on the budget. Like the shading is really basic. It's like, you know,
Not even stylistically basic, just
Yeah.
you know,
flat out basic.
the fastest way of making a character look like a character. Not even like
Yeah,
a real
like-
thing, like a character.
No detailing on the hair, no detailing on the eyes. It's just like, you know, this is Blob. Blob is happy. Blob is going on adventure.
Interestingly,
He's a
going
normal
to trigger the Tumblr crowd who like their blobos.
Whoa.
Thaylien's just trying to step on all the landmines today, isn't he?
What landmine? Tumblr crowd like their blobos. Blobos
Anyway.
from the show.
So, answering the question, I've given you your most generic anime. For the safety
I
of
would
work
say-
parts.
Yeah. So the safer work parts, I think my favourite, which I'm not going to name, is actually better for the safer work parts. There
I'm
is a
100% with
plot.
you.
There
Yeah.
is a driving force. The characters do, in some way, develop and improve, even though they do degenerate massively into just, porn, obviously. But the result, the characters that come out of it are better characters for the safer work parts they went through.
Yep.
And that
Yep.
just makes it flat out better than the generic ones like Isekai Cheat Magician and things. Ugh.
Which one was Isekai Cheat Magician?
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's the one where literally I've watched it and yet I can't remember anything about it, isn't it?
Yep.
Apart from they
The-
have capes.
The one
this-
notable
that's-
thing about it was that girl who, when she decided to boil water under the giant metal plate to create an explosion.
It's so it basically all the side characters are more interesting than the main character.
Yeah. That's,
Who no one can remember, right?
He had a cape.
He
Yeah.
probably did.
They had capes. I remember capes. They had capes.
Right. So
and he was really confident.
I would certainly argue that even some of the most degenerate hentai is better than the most generic for the safe parts. It's just like the problem with the most generic anime is like it's so bland and boring you barely remember anything about it, right? Whereas, you know, at least there might be some emotional depth to the hentai.
I
bet that
like the
Loz-
ones that have the actual character resolution at the end. Like there's been something going on, and the story actually gets resolved. You know.
I bet that even Loz can remember that the one he saw that he wasn't sure he had seen
Yeah.
from earlier was resolved by the main character finding the recipe for the father's ice cream.
Wasn't it?
Yes. See? So they actually ended up, financially stable at the end of it, which is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then I'm gonna ask Thaylien.
Do not ask how I knew that, okay?
Yeah, well, obviously.
What, you just remembered the story? I mean,
I just remember the story by there.
Yeah.
You read it up on. Right. So moving on.
I had to get that screenshot.
So last question. Right.
Okay.
This is from Thaylien. Have there been times when an event happened that indicated
Included.
a hentai included that? Thank you. Included a hentai reference that outs both you and the other individual. So, for an example, maybe someone has a wallpaper on their computer, and you recognize the character,
Even though they're in a perfectly normal-looking pose, and yeah.
Yeah, they you could be in like
just recognizing it
workspace.
knows exactly what it is, and my knowing what it is outs me for knowing.
Somebody sees your Rias Grimry body pillow, and
well, I mean, no, we're talking.
No, not Rias.
hentai stuff.
Akino, obviously.
Akino, yes,
Yeah,
sure, yes.
Right. So, now Thaylien, you were the one that asked this question, so I'm asking you this first. Has that ever happened to you?
Once. Okay. I will shout out my friend James. He probably will watch this episode knowing I'm in it. And I'm outing you, buddy. I'm outing you right now.
Oh my.
Okay. I'm outing you right now. Because he had a keychain. And he had a keychain of a specific character, which shall remain nameless because I think he still has it, and I don't want
Oh
to.
my goodness.
People to out him further. He had a keychain that he got from a convention, and it was very recognisably that character in a safer work pose. And I said, "Ooh, that character name," just without thinking about it. And he went, "Ah." And I went, I literally was a, what have I done?
Yeah, but I mean, what's he gonna do about it?
Exactly. And we never, ever told his girlfriend. To this day, she thinks it's some cute anime girl.
Oh my god. Well, hopefully she watches this episode.
Well, it is.
Hopefully she won't watch this anime episode. And I definitely won't be holding the link to this episode over James's head for the next, 6 months. You owe me
How
a drink,
drunk
buddy.
are you?
This is the entire reason Thaylien came on today.
Yep.
He's drunk. He's
No.
extorting drinks.
Just
It,
to produce this
it only
video.
takes one drink to get me drunk. I just can't remember whether it's 17th or 18th. Okay, that's a little fuzzy after that point. I'm on 7, I think. Somebody's probably going to keep tracking.
Making a fun game in the comments section.
T-Rex Paddock, if you want to keep track of my drinks, feel free.
He's still toasting the new year.
So several days in. So this has happened to me at one point, where effectively I was living with a bunch of people. So this was during my student days, and we didn't have locks on our doors, and effectively I came into my room and someone had gone on my computer and left a video open. It was muted, it was paused, but instead of actually closing it, they minimized it. So I knew someone had done this, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't know who it was. I hadn't got a clue who it was. There was a relatively short list, and ultimately, I think it was like some years down the line, one of my friends had confessed that it was them, and basically asked me outrightly, where do I find this sort of stuff?
Oh
and
my
I was
God.
like, I was like, is this happening right now? Am I being asked where to find this? And so that was.
And
I don't
either of the others.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. I can't think of anything like that.
No, me neither.
For reference, this question, while it did in fact happen to me, the question was actually spawned by by a meme that was going around of a gentleman that went to therapy, and his therapist's phone went off with the Grindr notification, and the recognition on his face outed them both.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, we're at an hour. We're at an hour and a half.
Xeno wants to get out of here as soon as he can.
Xeno does want to get out. Okay. So final question. First question we ever had on the show is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable do you feel talking about this? So we finished it.
I've warmed up to it.
Has that score changed?
Yeah, I'd say it's probably like a 6, 7, maybe an 8. It's all out there. No. That's how
7 or 8.
That's how I was intellectually. I was more like a 5 or 6, personally, and now it's on the personal level is much higher now because it's all out there in the open. It's become normal. It's become passé.
I will say I think it's a 5 or a 6.
If anything, because of the addition of alcohol, I'm at a 10, gentlemen.
I'll regret this tomorrow. I'm still at 4.
Still at 4. Right, okay. Well, that's it for the topic.
We love you anyway, Loz.
Well, no, I you never know with the internet, so I feel that this should be more easier to approach, and people should be able to talk about it between sensible people. You never know what people are going to do with something you put on the internet, so...
They will find ways to take it out of context anyway they can.
I'm certainly not going to download it and try and cut it together to make you say something awkward. I wouldn't do that because I can't edit videos.
Right, so let's move on to the supporter questions. Right, so Zrugal says, Xeno says, before I read out the supporter questions, I want to thank you all watching or listening to our podcast. Please hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment if there's anything you'd like to say. And also, because this is probably going to get pushed out by the algorithm like there's no tomorrow, please share it with all your friends. Or just leave it anywhere on Discord. Just put it on Discord servers and anonymize yourself. Create some blank accounts.
Why can't
Put it on Facebook before they ban it. Give me a mosaic.
I'm gonna
mosaic Claus's face and run his voice through a filter.
Right. So Zrugel asks, can you tell me what types of ligaments are in the human body?
Well, I mean, we can all read the answer, so...
Yeah, I mean,
it's
like...
Ligaments are in the legs and armaments are in the arms, you know?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's like, where did the old king keep his armies? Up his sleeveys.
Up his sleeveys, yeah.
It's an old one.
Ghost turkey, Christmas tree...
Firework.
Magic wand?
Firework.
Fuck off, that's a firework. That's not a firework!
It is a
It's now a
firework.
magic wand. It's a
That's
magic wand.
Magic wand. Alright, Nasuth asks, if you had to take any traditional Christmas character, Santa, Frosty, Rudolph, etc., and put them in a gritty psychological anime setting, who would fare best? Krampus is cheating, so don't do it. I'm gonna say Santa. I want to put him in a JoJo.
Ooh. I said gritty, though.
I mean, have you seen
I guess...
Stardust Crusaders?
Yeah, well, in prison. We've got prison, so sure, yeah. And we had the Mafia, so yeah, fair, yeah.
I am going to go with Vixen in a zombie survival horror because the girls always survive those.
Okay,
Vixen
all right.
Reindeer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not allowed to go furry with this? This is the hentai episode.
No, Rudolph was on there, you know. It's, you know.
Anyway.
Yeah, but his nose was given away. He'd be the first to die. It's a big
I was
beacon.
like, why? Why?
No, Loz is like, I'll put, because of the episode number, everything, and I'm just going to say Mrs. Claus.
Ooh.
Okay, and what would you put her into? Why would you put her into something gritty?
I don't need to say anymore.
Well, she can't put up with her alcoholic husband, so...
For me, it would be Hermie the elf, who wanted to be a dentist, and he would be a serial killer who steals people's teeth.
Ooh. So they can't recognize the bodies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he's in league with he's probably in league with like the Tooth Fairy or something, I don't know.
Okay, so...
Selling them off under the table.
Ghost Turkey Christmas Tree Magic Wand Nasuth asks, is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? No, because it's amazing.
Okay.
And then Turkey Christmas Tree Magic Wand Nasuth also asks, speaking of that show, Aina Toll. Okay.
She's in the show. She's the character in the show. My God.
Is she? I don't know who you're talking about. Where would she go if she wasn't feeling well? The Elf Center.
The Elf Center.
Who's
yeah, you have to be very British to get that one.
Who's Aina Toll? Okay. 2023 be hitting. This is the 69th episode. Can we get a fresh round of nice from the cast, please?
Nice.
And then we did actually kind of answer, yeah.
Okay.
Is one of the forfeits to actually watch Uratsukidoji? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's it for the spoiler question. It's time for the comments. Right. So first, some comments from Kanpai News. Zrugel says, that Sir Mix-a-Lot bit was pretty funny.
Agreed, it was.
Oh, that was when. Oh God, this might actually be. I think this is actually from a couple weeks ago, or a couple news ago now.
Okay, and then Zrugel and Nasuth got into a convo about mobile gaming that's not really relevant.
But go read it if you want.
Okay.
I thought it would be relevant.
And now for last week's Kanpai Cast episode, because there wasn't one, it was the week before.
Yes.
Edward Paddock says, where even is Camp Pi? You guys you guys hang out at, is it at like some math camp or something?
Yes.
Howdy ha ha.
Yes,
we
it
keep
is.
counting up
And
one every week.
Important thing is that you have to be a mathematician to even figure out the latitude and longitude. So,
right.
sorry.
Zrugel says, What you mean, justify Spirited Away? We all know why it belongs in S tier Xeno, because it's awesome. You guys got a nice distribution on your list. You know what?
Oh, this was our tier list episode.
Yeah, I'm hoping the next tier list episode will have Kanpai Cast ratings for the tiers Must Watch, Acquired Taste, and so
why
on.
did we not do that?
That would have been so brilliant.
Did we not have any comments on the memes episode?
Doesn't look like it. Oh no.
That's the wrong one. Haha.
We don't have comments and we don't have Xeno either.
Okay.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. I did everything wrong. I failed everyone. I'll get double comments for next week.
Okay,
I'm
so
surprised the entire show has been remarkably bug-free this week.
Yeah, for the most part.
Well, this is the part that's going to break if anything's going to break.
It is, in fact, time for the memes.
You can as always, you can find more memes on Twitter at twitter.com/Kanpai_cast, where Xeno serves up 3 fresh memes daily. Up to 3. Happens every time. JRPGs be like, Chapter 1, find Lost Kitty. Final chapter, kill God. That's the plot of Naruto, though, you know, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
Many of them are like, kill the thing that killed God.
That too, yeah. Tanya?
Oh, no.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
31st December 23:59, playing video games. 1st of January 000, Happy New Year, and then right back to video.
And that's Cult of the Lamb.
I wish I could relate. I have social obligations.
Yeah, no,
What's a
yeah.
social
Normally, yeah, I don't know social life, but to me, actually, no. New Year was like I literally had like 5 different YouTube streams out for like people who are like watching. It's like, whose do I watch at New Year's? and it was ridiculous that most of them forgot.
Oh my God.
I think I was watching the EFAT Mauler one, who had. I was like, okay, well, this has got like 12. It had like 12 people on this one podcast, and I was like, okay, well, there's a lot of the ones I like this, so I'll say listen to. And I think they were just arguing over New Year's, and they were like, oh, it's New Year's. It happened like 5 minutes ago. I'm like, yeah, guys, 5 minutes ago, ridiculous.
There's also this, casting shade at Xeno for not streaming over New Year's.
I was busy watching anime.
Anyway, when you and your dog are inseparable.
I also hate the fact that
It's more impressive that we now have a 4th.
No, I think it's terrible the fact that Jonathan and Danny's in there.
Why?
His fucking Dio kills Danny
Yep.
really early on.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
apart from Bond, they all die, don't they?
What? No.
Yeah. Apart
No,
from
because-
top left one.
Yeah, everyone else here dies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Spoilers. Everyone else here.
Yes.
next one.
Wait.
Okay. That was your 4th.
Oh, right. Yes. Americans, British people hating France.
Why does Americans hate France?
I don't know.
Because they surrender at everything and they're terrible.
They're
much?
the only reason you were able to beat us because there's so much cheap
We
armament.
loved them then. We hate them
Right.
now.
Right? How many wars you had in
since-
France?
Because
Oh,
they
come on,
didn't.
come on.
Because they actually there was the French Indian
I'm
War.
pretty sure. Like, you could actually change this meme. Keep the meme format. Americans hating America.
Yes.
Yes.
But also,
Yes.
don't forget that President Macron is out for your women.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and there was
Yeah, but
the
what-
whole thing in 2001
Move
when
on!
they didn't come with us to Afghanistan. We changed everything to freedom fries.
Memes!
And,
Memes!
Memes.
Stop
So
getting
my
political!
my last meme.
Oh dear God.
Oh,
Why is this?
What the?
I think the only one they haven't fucked with is Gohan.
No, that is older Gohan. Older Gohan's
That's
head.
not. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
Gohan.
Oh. There it is.
No, the
It's
forehead's
definitely
too
the
high.
wrong eyes, definitely, and it's his
supposed to be
old.
someone, yeah.
It's his grown-up hair.
Yeah.
It's probably like Raditz or something.
Right. So moving on to the good news.
Yeah.
Who's
My
Goku?
Fucked up
I
Goku.
don't know who Goku is.
It's just fucked up Goku.
I feel like that's familiar, though. No, I feel like that's very familiar. Anyway.
Yeah, there'll be a reason. Don't specify.
Right.
There we go. Yeah.
See, this is what I was doing.
I see. I see.
This is how I celebrated New Year's. Next, number 2. Me defeating the final boss, finishing the game. My little brother with the controller disconnected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. Third one. The perfect Berserk live action cast doesn't exist.
I almost had this too. Well, not this, but something very, very similar. Yeah.
This is floating around a lot.
Yeah.
Though I will point out, Owen Wilson
does.
doesn't look anything like that in the bottom right. Right. My fourth one, which is another New Year's one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kanpai.
Right.
My fifth one. Got a goblin crying, so sad.
Oh.
And then last but not least, I will only ever show my perfect pure body to my family. It's like, what the fuck?
Wow.
Every Oni-chan in range.
But it's also the glare emote.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stylized in the 20th. Sorry.
Wow.
What the
Crazy,
fuck?
yeah.
What the fuck? 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 What the
Yep.
fuck?
Yep.
Yup.
So there you go.
What the
That is
fuck? What the fuck?
And considering this is episode 69, I thought it was also hilariously appropriate. So next week we will have the full season review of autumn 2022.
Wait, will Gundam have finished by then too? I think it will.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will.
Yeah.
You've managed to put off the show long enough to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I got hacked.
We
Anyway.
Eventually.
love you anyway, Xeno.
Right,
Honest.
so thank you very much. Thank you all for watching / listening. And now it's time to bottoms up and Kanpai!
Kanpai.
Bye.